With 4 Emmy wins and nearly 30 nominations this year alone, our next guest has made a name for herself as one of the most fearless journalists on television. In her hit series Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller, she goes inside global black markets to uncover how criminal networks really operate. And this new season may be her most urgent yet. Let's take a look.
Usted ya cree que nosotros no somos policías y que somos periodistas, espero. Ya tiene confianza en nosotros.
Claro que sí.
Bien, pero ¿y las personas que trabajan con usted aquí, cómo se sienten? ¿Esa?
No es confianza, no ponemos mis alas en mal. Ni yo tampoco, pero...
Mariana, thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You go once again to some of the most dangerous corners on the planet. What keeps you going back?
Since I was a young kid, I wanted to be a journalist, and soon after starting my career as a journalist, I realized that I was really fascinated by these illegal black markets, these corners of the world that we rarely get access to, but have an enormous impact on our daily lives.
And this season opens really with a look at how much Mexican cartels have really submerged themselves, penetrated American communities. Right. What would you say shocked you most?
First of all, I think it's against any idea that we have about how they operate in the United States is that a lot of their operators are actually American citizens. Then the drugs actually come from official ports of entry. They don't come in, the majority of the drugs don't make it across the border through tunnels, although some of them do, but the majority of them actually come through official ports of entry. And then
how?
With cars, with a lot of times, the majority of times actually with American citizens, with cars or trucks packed with drugs. And then the distribution, how it's done in the United States. I sat across a guy who goes by the name of El Gringo, American citizen, doesn't speak a word of Spanish, has actually never even traveled to Mexico. And he's one of the big operators and distributors for the Sinaloa cartel. And he was telling me that a lot of the drugs that he distributes, he does so on commercial airlines. He told us that his preferred airline was actually Delta. Because they have a great baggage fee, and you can take more kilos or more pounds.
Nobody's checking what's in the bags?
What he told me, which was really surprising, was that it is very likely that if you're leaving on a plane from the West Coast towards the East, that it will probably have drugs in it. The plane will have drugs with it. And a lot of times they use women to carry those drugs. A lot of times it's strippers. So all of that was sort of brand new information, even for myself who've been covering the cartel for so long.
A lot of the people who you meet with, we might have the perception that these are dangerous people, are bad people. You spend years gaining their trust. How do you go about doing that? And also, how do you keep yourself safe? How do you know that they're trustworthy?
Yeah, it takes, like you said, months, sometimes even years to gain their trust. And they do so. They talk to us, I think, for ego. They want to boast about what they do. Sometimes their families don't even know they do what they do. We give them an opportunity behind a mask to talk to us. I think the wanting to be understood goes a long way. I tell people I'm here not with judgment. I'm here to try to understand why you do what you do. And I think that, if you treat people with respect, they will treat you with respect back.
With so much darkness that you see firsthand in kind of the underbelly, if you will, what gives you hope after it all?
Being able to connect with people, even the people that we consider the bad guys, on a very human level. I've had the privilege of traveling to the furthest edges of our society, right? And to still be able to sit across from somebody and find redeemable qualities about them and find some sort of redemption and find humanity, I think that has given me a lot of hope. They're not out of reach. There are ways of ending these black markets and preventing violence, but as long as there is inequality, there is going to be violence in the world.
Well, we thank you so much for doing what you do as a journalist. I can tell you I have the utmost respect
thank you.
For your reporting and going out there, continuing to do it 20 plus years at this point.
Thank you, Linsey. I mean, it means the world because I have the utmost respect for you, so thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You can catch the new season of Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller Saturday nights at 9 on National Geographic.